Hello, everyone. I'm happy to see you all here in this room this morning. So my name is Tanya Soroka, and I have here my colleague, Adam Hunt, and he will continue some of the part of presentation. And we are part of Magento Marketplace team. The extensibility of Magento platform and really active Magento community, it's a key reason why people decide to go and open e-commerce store with Magento. So what is a Magento Marketplace and how it helps? Magento Marketplace is an official store of Magento for the extensions and themes. It helps developers to sell their extension and merchants and system integrator to find and buy this extension for their needs. Magento would like to feature products from our developers and partners from Magento community. The contribution rate will start from the biggest company like CLI System, go to the small companies like Fulman Business. We would like to build the home for the paid and open source extensions, as well as connectors, which are using for data exchange between Magento and third-party system. We would like to mention that we promote popularity. So we would like to mention that all the popular and well-loved and respected developers and their extension have been and will be invited to the new marketplace. Magento wants Marketplace to be an official and most trusted destination for the merchants and system integrator to come, search, and buy the necessary feature which helps to grow this business without any concerns about security or quality. Magento will be managing inventory and quality of the Magento store, as well as marketing Marketplace on all community events. We're going to invest time and resources to run a traffic to the Magento Marketplace. We set 3 main goals for us to achieve with the Marketplace. First, we would like to deliver incredible and incremental revenue for our developers. By doing this, we think that we need to improve buyer trust of the Magento store experience. Trust will come with consistent and reliable checkout installation process, as well as availability of quality inventory for the purchase. This brings us to the second goal of our marketplace. We improving overall quality of our inventory by running functionality, performance, and security tests, and running different technical tools to make sure that our code is good. We getting rid of the plagiarism and plain and simple. We think that buyer will recognize and we will understand why we set these high-level standards for the products to be listed on Marketplace. And the final goal is for us to show the incredible and amazing work from our community. That's why our inventory is organized and created. It's selected high quality of products and services, which brings unique functionality to the merchants. The main goal, as I mentioned, is improving quality of our inventory on the store. By doing this, we're introducing 2 levels of quality program. All submission to the marketplace must go through the first level of quality, which includes technical review and marketing review. Technical review checks that the code of the package meets composer requirements and packaging structure. It doesn't consist of plagiarized code. It meets our high standards Magento code, and as well as it's free of malware. The first level of the quality review also includes marketing review. We would like to make sure that all the submission and products on a board and contain of the majority of functionality. That is, bring value for the merchant and system integrators. That it solve business and operational problem. We're really careful reviewing the inventory. We want to show the products would deliver unique functionality. We don't want on the marketplace too many extensions which has a similar functionality. All submission must contain with appropriate content, which should be following our style guides, Magento branding rules usage, as well as having documentation for the users, and as well as technical release notes. The second level of quality review is driven by extension verification program. This is required for all partners to go through this program. This program will be available for some of the developers on invite base only. This program includes detailed verification of the technical specification release notes. It's required to have functionality tests based on Magento test framework or any other automated system. This is a deeply code review, including peer review, with all set of the rules of code standards which provided by Magento. And finally, we're doing a security scan to make sure that the code of extension doesn't have issues, vulnerability issues such like cross-site scripting or SQL injection. The extension verification program, it's a gold standard of marketplace quality. And those submissions which runs from this program and pass this program will have a badge, will get a badge, which will talk about their accomplishment. And right now, I would like to walk you through the marketplace from the different user point of view. So, developer portal. It's available for developers. It's a developer destination where a developer has the ability to go provide their information about their company, goals, social media. This information will be available for the merchant and possibly will affect their final choice and decision. Also, we're collecting PayPal account for payouts. On the developer portal, developers will have ability to submit their extension and go through our level 1 of quality review. As I mentioned, it's a technical review, marketing review, and final release in store. Developer will be communicate with each of the steps and what should be improved or why we reject it. On the Magento store, we would like to promote our community products. We want to feature our developer products as well as partner products, but we also would like to feature our developer, the owner of this product. We're also introducing the set of success stories about our developers and their business. By using this information, by using homepage, category page, search, and developer profile, merchant will have ability to find the necessary extension, necessary functionality, and buy through our checkout process, where we allowing to buy extension through the PayPal or credit card payment methods. All the purchases will be available to the merchant under their account. And the final flow is installation. So for the installation, we're required to have a synchronization between Magento 2 application and our Magento repository. It is necessary because by using this synchronization, developers and merchants, anybody who is using installation process, will get access to the purchased packages for the installation, as well as getting access to the new upgrades from Magento products, as well as third-party extensions which already installed to this application. Installation process available through the command line interface or web setup wizard. And it's include readiness check, where we're checking if the system is ready for the installation, using backup of your system, and final step will be installation. And right now, I would like to invite Adam Hunt, my colleague, who will give us a little bit information about the general policy of Marketplace. Welcome.
Thank you. So Tanya just walked you through the product, and I hope you'll agree with me that there are a lot of great features in the new Marketplace. So I want to talk about, I really want to emphasize that Magento has made a tremendous investment in this product. And you've seen the new UI, at least in the screenshots, and hopefully you go to marketplace.magento.com and check it out for yourself. This required an investment on our part in the software development team. And then you've seen, Tanya showed you the quality checks and the curation that we're doing as far as our inventory selection. So this required an investment from the Magento team in terms of a technical and a business operations group. And then Tanya mentioned the promotion that we're doing, sending traffic to your listings in the marketplace. And this required an investment from Magento and marketing spend. So as a result of all these investments, we have built a first-rate app store for extension providers and for extension purchasers. And in this app store, you're going to find that every listing has gone through a code and content check for plagiarism against existing inventory as well as the Magento code base. You're going to find that listings have gone through functional, performance, and security checks, the goal of which is to make sure that the app does what it says it does, and that when you install it, it doesn't break your code base, and that it plays nice with other apps that you've already installed in your code base. And finally, we are directing traffic to these listings, and we are making sure that any purchaser has an easy experience to go and find the app that they're looking for to build their e-commerce store. So now I want to talk about some of the policies that are going to govern behavior on the marketplace, and I want to start with intellectual property and copy protection. It's a very hot topic, and in talking with the community, we got the sense that extension providers really want assistance with protecting their intellectual property and also guarding against unfair redistribution of their code from purchasers of their extensions. So here's what we're doing, 3 things that we're doing towards this effort. So first, we mentioned the plagiarism check. Every extension in terms of code and content will be checked against existing inventory and the Magento code base. This will really protect your creative work as an extension provider. Second, we are actually going to permit encrypted extensions to be sold on the marketplace, assuming that they meet the following criteria. So first, you're going to have to submit an unencrypted version of your code, and that's going to have to pass the level 1 technical and marketing review, which Tanya mentioned. And second, we're going to ask that you specify if your extension requires any executables that are necessary to run the code. And finally, what you're seeing here in these images are from the product details page of an extension that would have encrypted code on it. So we are going to denote on the product details page if your extension has encrypted code and roughly what percentage of the code is encrypted. And as an upcoming feature, we're working on this now, we're going to develop a way for a systems integrator to effectively transfer ownership of any extensions that they purchase to an end merchant for whom they are building the e-commerce website in such a way that we will guard against unfair redistribution of your code from those that are purchasing your code. So I'm sure you all are asking yourself, okay, how do I buy these extensions? And if you're a provider, how do I get paid for it for my marketplace sales? And if you're a purchaser, you might be wondering, what if I wanted a refund? How would that work? So let me explain these topics in terms of our marketplace policies. So first, paying for apps or extensions on the marketplace. This can be done in 2 different ways. So first, you could do a one-time transaction and pay for code. In that case, you're going to pay Magento and go through the checkout process as Tanya displayed. And then the second option would be that you're going to obtain what we call a SaaS connector, which is something that you would download, and essentially when it's turned on, it would allow for a data exchange between your Magento instance and a third-party software as a service. And so to turn that on, the customer would then go to the software as a service provider and get an account there, and that would enable the data exchange between the Magento instance and the end service. For any code that is purchased on the marketplace store, you can pay through credit card, and you could pay through PayPal. And at launch, we're going to accept payments in US dollars. So now in terms of paying out to extension providers, the payout for marketplace sales will be sent approximately 15 days after month end. It'll be sent to your PayPal account, and it'll be sent in US dollars at marketplace launch. The refund policy is such. So buyers will have 25 days after an extension purchase to request a refund. And Magento will act as the arbiter for all refund requests. A little bit more about that coming up. So I want to turn now to the topic of customer support. And what we've heard on this topic is that extension providers, even though Magento is going to be the marketplace manager, extension providers still would like a way to maintain the relationship with their customers. And what we've heard from extension purchasers is that you want clarity in terms of how our customer support inquiry is going to work and be processed and resolved. So let me speak about that topic. All inquiries are going to go through the marketplace support system, and then they will be appropriately routed either to a Magento support person or to the extension provider themselves. The inquiry would be routed to a Magento support person if it is in regards to the website, potentially a malfunction, hopefully not. But if there is something that you want to alert us to, obviously we would take that and resolve it. If there is any issues with regards to not able to download or install something that you've purchased, we would route that to a Magento support person first, and we would help to resolve the issue. And then refund requests, as I mentioned on the last slide, would come to Magento and would be resolved, would be decided by Magento, and then the refund would be processed by Magento as well. Inquiries are going to go to the extension provider if the question is regarding functionality for that specific extension, if it's with regards to any issue that was encountered after installation of the extension, or if the customer purchased installation or support for that specific extension. Of course, we would then direct you to the extension provider so that you could use the service that you purchased. So another thing in talking with developers that we heard was you really want analytics and data on your marketplace, on your extension business. And we think we can help you in this regard. So here are the things that we're going to do. First, we're going to deliver monthly reports on sales revenue and quantity downloaded to each developer for all your extensions in the store at product level detail. Second, this is a vision of the dashboard that we plan to build, and we're releasing the first version by end of this quarter. And this is really going to be your hub for your marketplace business, learning about your sales, learning about your customers. And finally, we're going to be adding a lot of customer-focused data to this dashboard. It'll give you great insights into who your customers are, where they're located, what they're buying, what they might be looking for in the future. We think that this combination of analytics and data will enable you to boost your sales, retain your customers, grow new customers. It should be a great win for everybody. So on the topic of boosting your sales, we came up with 7 quick tips about increasing your sales on the marketplace. So first, survey the landscape. Look around. We have forums. We have this great community. We have webinars. There's a lot of ways to find out what the current inventory is like, where there might be gaps, and where there might be areas where you can fill with your creativity and your ingenuity. Be relevant. Really, what this means, solve problems. Solve business problems. Find areas where you can create operational efficiencies for a provider, and address those areas. Know your audience. So most of us are technical, some of us are not technical. Sometimes the audience of someone who's buying an extension, sometimes that person's not that technical. So be sure to really explain thoroughly, what is your product, what does it do, what are the benefits, explain technical issues and make them simple and easy to understand. Think carefully about pricing. So obviously you want to make a profit. You have to think about what your costs were to build that extension. But do some research as well. Look across other extensions in your category. Look across the e-commerce landscape. Try to find an appropriate price given competition. Promote your success. So a really cool thing with this new marketplace product is that we are offering a lot of ways for extension providers, developers, partners to talk about yourself, talk about your business, talk about what products you have in the store. And these channels for content creation really should be used to maximum benefit by anyone selling on this marketplace. Over-inform, so documentation. Mention use cases. Give people really great technical details about answering any kind of questions that they might have about how your product works. Don't force someone to come to you and ask questions. Provide the answers proactively. And foster open communication. So we have a lot of ways that you all can interact with each other on forums, through webinars. We have a booth on the floor this week for all 3 days. And we're going to be reaching out from the marketplace team perspective to get your opinion. And we encourage you to do the same and give us your feedback. We're all going to make this a great product together. I want to touch on the timeline and the roadmap for marketplace and what's coming up. So we are launching today, this morning, marketplace.magento.com. And that marketplace store right now has Magento 2X extensions. Actually, this is updated over the weekend. So now we have about 150 extensions in the store. 155, great, that's wonderful. And more coming, although I will say we are taking a thoughtful and a phased approach to populating the store inventory so that we maintain the quality standards that Tanya described. And that we maintain a search and browse experience that is easy and allows you to find apps that you're looking for quickly. So that's what we're launching with, and upcoming later in the quarter as we plan, we will add Magento 1 extensions to the marketplace store. So we are maintaining Connect for the period of time while we do not have the Magento 1 extensions on marketplace. And what we expect is that as we transition and port Magento 1 extensions to marketplace, eventually we would end of life the Connect product. So look for more updates on that. We will be having webinars regularly to update you on marketplace product and the feature roadmap. And we have a lot of great references and resources available on our website. You can find them through various means from the footer, or this presentation will be available afterward, and I think you can click through and find these resources that way as well. We have in the audience Claire Condra, who wrote our marketplace user guide, and let me say it is a fantastic user guide that really explains the product very well. And in much more detail than we could here. We'll be showing it off at the booth. I encourage you to look at that. There's great screenshots and description of the whole product and all the flows that you would need to know information about. So wrapping this up, one of my personal joys, besides working with our marketplace team at Magento, which was a great pleasure, one of my personal joys in working on this project was getting to interact with all of you, the community of extension providers, developers, partners, and then purchasers, systems integrators, and merchants, and getting to know you and your businesses. And really, when we think about the marketplace and what is success, we think of it as serving and promoting the community, helping you. So providing a business boost for extension providers and for extension purchasers. And together, working with you, we want to build the definitive, trusted store for Magento extensions, and we want that to be the marketplace. So we're asking you today, come join us on this journey, enjoy the new product, help us make it better, and have a great Imagine experience. Thank you very much.